Hello, my young friends. I'm convinced about two things. The ICSE Council burns the midnight oil, literally. That's why you have the circular announcing the cancellation of the ICSE Class 10 board examinations late in the night, close to midnight. In fact, I remember even in 2020, an important announcement was made very late in the night. So, काफी देर रात तक ICSE Council काम करती है. दूसरी बात, it realizes things only when it is confronted with reality in the face. Now with the lockdown in Delhi for a week till the 26th of April and the rising number of COVID-19 cases, the council obviously realized that the conduct of the class 10 board examinations will not be a possibility. So what it should have done in the first circular itself, it has done 3 days later. So the big relief is that the ICSE Class 10 board examinations have now been cancelled. The word cancel is now used in the circular. Remember, earlier it had used the word deferment, it had used the word defer, which means to postpone. Now it has used the word cancel in bold letters. So you do not need to study for another 6 weeks and wait for them to take the decision in the first week of June, right, with no guarantee that the examinations will be held. Okay, so you have been spared that agony. In fact, all those schools which were planning to conduct another set of pre-board examinations in a hurry this week have also do not have to subject their students to all that agony. In fact, I'm told after we put out the video on Sunday highlighting this issue that certain schools are doing this, many of those schools decided to not conduct those pre-board examinations, which is a big relief to all those students, right? I'm glad that the council did not say this in the first week of June, right? Otherwise, all those students who were planning to take the board examinations would have studied all through April, all through May, only to be told in the first week of June that the examinations cannot be conducted. I am glad that even though the council does not accept it, the widespread opposition by a majority of the students, right, who were against the postponement also played a major role in forcing the hand of the council. I'm also glad that the council puts it in black and white that the safety and the well-being of the students is of paramount importance, because in my videos I have been emphasizing a lot on the mental health aspect of the students, that it is not fair to subject the students to this kind of agony. I don't think it's fair to do that to a 15-16-year-old student. So I'm really glad that the ICSE Council recognizes the importance of mental well-being, mental health. But there is no relief for class 12 ISC students, unfortunately, because just like the CBSE, the ISC Council has also decided that they will take that call only in the first week of June, because class 12 results, class 12 marks, class 12 assessment is linked to your admission to higher education avenues. So कैंसिलेशन ऑफ क्लास 12 एग्जामिनेशन, इससे दिक्कत क्या होगी कि इससे एक तरह से कंफ्यूजन पैदा हो जाएगा, एंड इट विल डिप्राइव स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ अ क्रेडिबल वे to assess their performance. I do completely understand that it is very tedious to keep studying the same content, the same syllabus again and again and again. But unfortunately, that's a situation we are in, right? And given the situation that we are in, it's very hard to predict what will happen in the first week of June, right? It's a big if that whether the examinations can indeed be conducted, right? I am not so sure, and I don't think anyone, including the CBSE or anyone in the Education Ministry or the ICSE Council, really knows. So let's not blame them, because that's unfortunately the situation we are in. The final examinations remain the best way to assess your performance and not pre-board examinations. Pre-board examinations will not be an accurate and a credible parameter on which to assess you students, because these marks, class 12 marks at least, are important. Class 10 no, class 12 definitely yes, and that's not a problem with you students, it's a problem, it's a lacuna with our education system, and I really hope for the future generations the new education policy is able to address that. So all I would say to my friends who are part of the class 12 batch is keep yourself calm, do not overstress. There is no need to go in for long study hours, because remember, you will have at least 55 days before the examinations can possibly begin. 10 days of April, 31 days of May, and if they announce it in the first week of June, and they have said they will give a 15 days notice, which means you will have good 55 days before your examinations can begin, if they begin, right? So pace yourself accordingly. Do not burn yourself out. Most important. Now, the third part about the fair and unbiased criteria that the council has said will be announced later, and that's because the CBSE and the ICSE council were never, I repeat, were never in favor of cancellation of examinations. I was speaking to Mr. Francis Joseph, a well-known educator and someone who understands the education ecosystem in the country very well. I was speaking to him yesterday evening. He said both boards had never thought about cancellation because of COVID. They had thought at best they would need to postpone the examinations by a few days, weeks, whatever. Okay, which is why both now need time to work out their criteria. It has not been decided. It is still in discussion stage. So anyone who says that this will be the criteria is only misleading you. Okay. Now the CBSE decision, you would recall, was taken by the Prime Minister. Okay, not by the CBSE. It was after a meeting with the Prime Minister that the decision to cancel the Class 10 board examinations was taken. The Council for a Change decided to be a little different from the CBSE, but now circumstances and pressure from a majority of the students has forced the Council's hand. The next point which the note makes is to ask all ISC schools to start the admission process for class 11 and to prepare a schedule for the online classes. And I would request at this stage the council to also clarify whether the syllabus for the 2020 examinations will be according to the revised syllabus which was followed in 2021, or will it be according to the original syllabus which was followed before 2020. So that's the cover. The curtains are down as far as the ICSE Class 10 board examinations are concerned. Class 12 students, stay safe. That is the top priority right now for each one of you. In fact, even as you learn your lessons, remember 2021 is one life lesson you will not and should not forget all your life. You need to score high marks, in fact, in this COVID paper. You need to conquer this very terrible subject, and I really give you my best wishes and blessings. Thank you very much for watching.